Okay, this is Natasha, and this is my last tutorial this week. I'm going to look at blocks from the position of a manager, and I'm going to try and look at which blocks are useful for students and what they can contribute to their front page. In order to go into the blocks section, I need to find it here in the drop-down menu, because this is a separate course, and I need to go into the manager practice area so that I can practice as a manager. When I'm on this page, I will first watch the instructions, which are very useful. I can see that somebody has already been here and that they have added stuff here. I am not sure if they're still here, possible, in which case we are editing this page at the same time, and that's going to be interesting. Or maybe maybe they've been here before and forgotten to delete. But let's look at what they have. They have upcoming events, and I would definitely have that on my page as well, because you want your participants to know what's going to happen. They have forums as an activity. Again, I would have the same. And they have the blog menu, which is interesting. If you want your students to blog, then making those blogs visible can be really useful. And if you look at this, you can here go to blog entries. You can add a new entry straight from this page. You can search for a post. You can look at the RSS feed. So we're not going to add those same blocks. We're going to add something else. So first of all, we turn editing on, and now the button is red. And now we are ready to we're ready to go. You can also notice that the system has automatically transferred us from the instructions page to the support page, which is where we are going to work. So let's look at the blocks. I'm not going to add all of them. I'm just going to think out loud about some of them. So the blog menu we already have on this page. And as I have said, it's really useful if you want your students to blog. Maybe you're practicing writing with them, and you want them to write stuff in their blogs. Or maybe you could simply add blog tags. We haven't got this on the page already, so I'm going to do it now. Now that I have added blog tags, I'm going to edit them, to configure them. So if I click on configure blog tags, I can have the number of tags to display. I can have them by date, 10 days, 90 days, last 120 days, and so on. We can sort the display by tag text. We don't touch this. This section is forbidden. Where this blog appears just on this page. Do we want it to be visible? We can click yes, or we can hide it. And then right now it's on the right, but I can move it to left footer, middle footer, right footer, left. I can hide it from users, but still make it visible to myself, or I can move it right. I'm going to move it to left footer, and I'm going to save changes. And now I'm going to search for it. Here it is. Blog tags are really useful because you don't have the whole blog post, you just have the tags. Now, if I'm not happy with the position, I can also move it manually. Now it's footer center. And now that we have seen this, we can delete it. So both blogs and blog tags are really useful if your course involves blogging as something you want to encourage in your students. Let's see what else we have. Calendar. Oh, I would definitely have a calendar on my page. And because the right hand side is already a little crowded, I am going to move it. I'm going to move it to the left. So I can choose the page types here. Any type of main page in the course, or any page in the course. So maybe it's a forum post, but they will still see the calendar, or any course page. I think main page is enough. So I save changes, and then I go and look for my calendar. And I don't know my left from my right, so I've probably not moved it at all. I've kept it where it is. Doesn't matter. I will simply delete it. Yes. I think I'm kind of, there's something wrong with my brain when it comes to left and right. I really have a problem with that. Let's see what else we can add. We could add the checklist. Again, really important if you want your students to do their homework on time. It looks like this, but it has to be configured to make sense of this. Checklist overview. What will happen if I say yes? I can't choose the checklist. All participants can see it. We don't touch this, but on this page we want it on the left. Now save changes. So this is the left hand side. I wasn't wrong before, it's just that I don't know why, but I had no reaction from this page. So this is the checklist overview. Of course, there's nothing happening in this course, so the checklist overview doesn't make much sense. Okay, what else do we have? Now I'm a real chatterbox, and I'm already 8 minutes into this recording, so I will quickly comment on other sections. So comments are here. Oh, I have to do Credly badges. Credly badges are really an inspiration. They are a great motivational tool. I've been here before, so I noticed this feature, grant a badge, and I was just wondering what would happen if I decided to grant you all a badge. Wouldn't that be something? But of course I'm not going to do that, at least not today. Maybe when I create my own course with my own team in weeks 4 and 5. I can also manage badges, but there's nothing to display at the moment. So very quickly I'm going to delete the badge. Yes. And what else do we have before I wrap up? We have latest announcements. Okay, let me look at it this way. If this was my course, what would I definitely have? I would definitely have a calendar. I would definitely have a checklist, because I want my students to be clear about what they need to do. Comments, because I want my comments to my students to be able to comment from the course. I would have Credly badges because they are motivational, or maybe I would have latest badges. I would need to clear this up. Online users, probably, because I would want to know who's there. Maybe search forums. I would have forums in general. I would have, I don't know, what else? Something that's not here already, maybe people, but I wouldn't want to overload the page. So anything else I added would depend on the type of course I'm doing. If I'm doing blogs, then blog menu. If I am doing, I don't know, portfolios, then the Exabis e-portfolio. Whatever I want my students to, now I have accidentally added the portfolio, so I will need to delete it before I leave. Delete. And everything else would really depend on what my students need. But some basics, like letting them know where to go, what to do, and how to communicate with me, that would always be on the course page. So thank you for listening, and see you in another tutorial. Bye for now.